Okay, so this this juncture, may the precious, page 33. So, here we go. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. It's good if you can get like a copy of this written out and take it home, and then ka nimerere.
그래, 데, 다 책디나라 뒤그래, 혼자 들은 게 제 상가. 전주 심저를 뭐지, 마제번에 지시, 겨와님을 권에 건데 배우셔서도. 다 전주가 쌤 먼저 깨면은 네 양자 다 깨야 답시적으로 했어. 다디 디나라 아니 전주 쌤 마제와 겨와셔 탑. 다쌤 성보도 깨네요. 저 쌤들 마 냠도로 와 쌤들 와서 란진지다 하여튼 저기야 쌤들 마 냠도 그래 지도야 마냠바치야 그냥네 디나나 시고래 저와님은 매번야 아니 마냠바 여바데 야 공배도 니마 야제도 어디 저다 냠네 디 식디 야고 쉬어져래 멜랑 식드마 되네 멜람 하네 니마 삼로 땅제 쌤 칼레 yarjeto that was yarjet tango resra.
So this verse here is basically the essence of what we're going to be learning in these 8 verses, because there's 3 things in here. So it's this, to produce this attitude of bodhicitta that has not been produced, that which has been produced to not decline, and not only not decline, but the third thing is to develop it further. So this is what we need to study. So, we need to get a method to newly produce this attitude of bodhicitta. So we need to strive to this and have a method to do this. But once we've done this, then there's if we're not careful, it can decline because we have strong habits of self-cherishing and so forth. So then we need methods for stabilizing it and maintaining it. And then, of course, we need to develop it further and increase it more and more. So this is also, we have techniques, methods, and we need to practice these in order to develop our bodhicitta further. So if we do this, then we can slowly, gradually develop our bodhicitta.
다 전주쌤 계약의 규 다디 규데 투준 저 탑랑카니로 지은 거래. 근데 명아 든지권을 로장 다시 냠제권을 로장 사들어. 근데 명아 든디 네 단다간도 다 낭배기 낭바 시샤체도 심제 탐제랑 마 진용 마시에 봤어요. 마신산. 대공라 땅뇽 곰dom나야고 땅뇽 봐.
담보땅.
땅뇽 당부 곰dom나야고요. 당부 땅뇽 안데네 마 레레레레 제 공부이나 아니 야고요 레스라.
So in order to newly produce this attitude of bodhicitta, then we need to create the cause to develop it. And then there's 2 main methods to do this. There's the 7-point cause and effect instruction, and then there's the exchange of self for others. So when we do this 7-point cause and effect instruction, it's firstly remembering, the first step is recognizing all beings of your mother and remembering their kindness. First 2 steps. But actually, before you do this, it's good to meditate first on equanimity. So if you can have equanimity first, then do these steps, it's very effective.
땅뇽도 당보 땅뇽 곰데스 자기지기 전에하고 요래라고도.
So that for this reason, it'd be good if we first do a little bit of meditation on equanimity.
다 이제 당보 디나도 땅뇽 마공콩라다 쌤 다다오거나 샤워를 쌤 들어와.
Okay, so before meditating on this mind of equanimity, first bring your mind into the present moment.
다 될래야 롱종 거래. 야야야야야.
Correct?
롱종 breathing exercise.
Got it. So first we'll do the breathing exercise. So yeah, we're going backwards, till we're back at the beginning now.
다 농종 장강가 잡는 데 그러더래.
Okay, so we'll just do 5 of the breathing exercise.
셈발 흘러 디건 데드 샤야.
So now just rest in the relaxed state of mind.
아, 당은 심 다다와 간 샤, 디야고도. 또 우야. 텐바. 고 레벨이야. 도 라고도 시야. 텐. 라고디 스테. 데 트레더 리그도. 안디 레벨도 지 담데 버시도 디파 메오스. 동 담데 버티 바 메오스. 또 젠디 마 되게 개와就是怕现在不才是mix是个按照那话明年话600那话可过也对吧千嘛等人的那话呢那这个都了忙的接下来呢你要我有的是吧
So now we're going to do like a body meditation, right? So use your hand to slowly go down your body. So starting with your brain area. And when you have your hand in place, you want it not to be touching, but just close enough so you can feel the heat from your hand.
야 uk당고다 두 스테마 되세 우야다 아니 우마다
Okay, so when you're doing the brain area, as you breathe in, your hand lifts up a bit, and as you breathe out, drop it down. And then you do this progressively for the various parts of your body. So you start with your brain, then you do your face, and as you go through each part, really focus on relaxing, the whole aspect of the body, and slowly go down to various parts of your body. Now, if there's specific areas, maybe your ears or your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your shoulders, people hold a lot of tension there sometimes. If you find an area that you find is particularly tense or maybe has an ailment or something like that, then you can put extra emphasis on focusing specifically on that area. And then just slowly scan down your body using the breathing.
옥숙 제야 된 수부 차장 말로는 수부 차장다 벨헐 차소 된
So now just check your whole body without the hand and just really recognize how it's completely relaxed and peaceful it is.
아야 다 단다 삼로 가래로 왔다 빼나 스스쌤 단대 내다 어 나들 가도 봐 스스 빈자 톡보 야 개개 보고 아니 내가 쳐서야 내가 레로 가리 유네 나들 가도 라지어로 세보스 단다 여러방은 스티야 세보스
Michigro.
니지 세보스야
So now think of one person. And it can be anybody, your parent, your child, your friend, a teacher, whoever it might be. We all have people in our lives that bring us that real feeling of like liking them and feeling really close and connected with them. So if you can think of that, one of those, one person specifically that really you have that really feeling of love and affection for.
어디 쉐바 저거 하고 저거
So just recognize that person.
다 되네 야 아야 미들 가면도 라지어로 야 야디야 시 스스 단다 미데 아 삼로 다니 두면도 라지어로다 나다 베 미드 베도자 나다 베 콘도사고도 사저로다 어디야
So now think of somebody who
미치
yeah, one person who you dislike or you find kind of you don't want to be around. Somebody when you think of them, you just kind of think, you don't want to be around that person. You don't like that person. So bring one of these. Recognize this person now.
다 단기 미치글 가세 미치리도 용도 베 초와 가워실레기도 다른 마가스데 셈데 셈야 자마바 인데 지기도 심는 대화도 마데버 세보 초와 세보 기기도 와서 그러라
So we can see that this person that we like, how they bring joy, clearly bring joy and happiness and this feeling of affection to our minds. So we can clearly see that when we think of this person.
다 미디니 가르삼로 담베이네 초와라 조와시우테그리 지글 삼다데 야시우가 지글 선데 마가와 셈데 레기도 가도 있는 삼로 담보다가 셈나라 데 데어 마데 셈 상만데 차로더라.
So we can see that, when we hold this person we have affection for, our mind goes up in a certain way, and then we think of the person who we dislike. Our mind gets disturbed, or we get this other feeling coming up. And in our life, this is basically how we live. When we like a person or a situation, our mind becomes affected in what we would say in a positive way, and then when we meet a person or a situation we dislike, then our mind goes down. So it's constantly this kind of up and down, and strongly affected by whatever circumstances are going on around us.
다 다양도 셈 드니 매베지 다 당념 지고요. 그래서
So now we want to go beyond that and actually develop this mind of equanimity, so that we don't have this affection for some and aversion for others.
다들라 되게는 저미 랑가 강도와 미탕 맞아 펜도 제와다 네와 제와 체면 요미다 파르메심지 스트레인저스가 스트레인저 망보 여러다 아딘데지가 세다 미직 세다 제네가게 스스 저어디 간데도다.
So now, not thinking about the person we really have affection for or somebody we dislike, just thinking of somebody who's a stranger. Like, there's many people we don't know, many strangers around. Maybe somebody you saw on a path or something like that. And then think of this person and see the difference in the mind, how we have this kind of equanimous feeling to this stranger.
어디야 곰자 하고 지었어.
Okay, so we need to just recognize this equanimous feeling now.
다들 하고는 되는 정말 여러 당념지. 당념 셈데 여러 니나 저 하고요 말아. 디다 하고나 네 삼바 시바 저다 시바도 와. 시바. 와. 심야 로문도 마 로문도 미디 삼로 땅에다가 장자 되거다고. 될 당념 서버다.
So we all have this equanimous mind, but generally speaking, we're not aware of it. So the point of this is to actually recognize that mind, see that equanimous mind, the mind that's, not particularly up or particularly down, just stays still in the stable kind of equal sort of state.
당저 미숨디 지버직장다 가와다 마가와니디 당뇨난시 삼바시 소고래로 다들 줌제 삼단 소고르다 줌제 삼다 제가.
So now we need to look at these three people, the friend, the stranger, and the person we dislike. And we need to make them equal, right? See that they're equal. So the way we need to do this is through reasoning. We need to develop this clear understanding and reasoning why these beings are equal.
다 줌제 삼로 갔당 거라서나 디제디 미 맞지바. 봐. 미 맞지바 수부줍단 찍바. 아니 셈나게 녀모 찍버직장 되자 찍바 셰난 찍바 콘도 찍바 나제 찍바. 어디 디직바임 삼로다나 찍바라고. 두 삼로다나 카시에 다가라나 셈 차냐 버서도 그래. 대마도나 양도 줌제 신다 삼다 줌제 망보 삼나 여러 당적으로.
So, we need to think that they're the same in all being human beings. They all have the physical similar attributes, and their minds are also the same, and that they have delusions, all their delusions are the same, their pride's the same, their jealousy's the same, their attachment's the same. So some people, sometimes you can bring this equanimous feeling with these people, but if you can't, then you need to develop it through reasoning.
다 저런서 곰디 잡시다. 되네. 다다나 남산다 용 말아. 다 좀제 니와 가르당 거래라나. 아니 가서 대화되어 찍봐. 동해미 되어 찍봐. 대삼다 나한테야.
So we'll meditate on that, and if that, but often that won't be enough to bring about this feeling of equanimity immediately. So then a second reasoning we can think is that they're all the same and wishing for happiness and not wishing for suffering. So we'll also use that reasoning.
다드네 아니 펜도그 차네 거딩 차네 이와야 말다 스тер제 탐제 단다 심지 숨딜람 삼단에 오라 그래서 거딩 차네 직벌에 펜토에 차네 직벌에 네 삼단다.
So now I think they're also the same in their the way they benefit and also in their kindness. So these three beings are the same in these ways as well.
다 거딩 차네 삼단에 아니 단다 낭베슌 겨왕아지 남샤즈야고 하고 요나 아니 베 단데다 심지 탐제 된다. 심지 탐제랑 마치는 바 셰바스 준대 명아 뒤는 마신 틴딘 틴소 이원 참바. 다 저랑서 덱스 설레 대샤양 다 곰자게 요게 셰위요 세워메 차다 설레체다 딱 덱스 대샤 게징에 대샤자 명아서 제일 곰데스 잠디르스.
So we need to recognize through these methods that all beings are the same, and there's all these techniques to bring about this equanimity, to bring about this understanding and develop these techniques. But for now, we'll just relax and we'll explain it to you, and then we'll do the meditation later.
단다 전주심 장야라 탑람 듄 셰도 하더니 듄디는 다 당념 단데리 도로 당념 지금 말해. 마신 틴딘 틴소 용원 참바 닝제 학삼 아니 전주 셈스제 다 듄여야 되라. 탑람 데이터 셴나야 워.
So we're going to explain the 7 points of this cause and effect training. So we've done this foundation or prerequisite or preliminary of equanimity. So then we go through recognizing all beings, your mothers, remembering their kindness, wishing to repay their kindness, affectionate love, compassion, special intention. Ninju or ninju chumbo? Ninju. Special intention, and then bodhicitta being the final one. So it's also described as 6 causes, so the first of the 6 causes and 1 effect, which is the resultant bodhicitta.
세상 디나라 당념디 디투레 심제남제랑 마치념바 셴바스디 디찬에 창문 냠바서레 당념디 디나라 딱다도 되요.
So in order to do this effectively, first it's good to have this feeling of equanimity. And this seeing all beings as your mothers also brings about this feeling of equanimity if you can recognize them as being the same and all having beings your mothers.
다 겨왕아지디 뭐마이나 출룩이 계절에 출룩도 겨왕아지 켈렌 케말렌이제네 겨왕아지 계절시게요 말아 다 팅사 팅두 모던 산드스 망보게 리사 셰용고 이나 콘서 단다 켈렌 제약하고 열어라 이나 콘서 겨와 탱에 된데 망보라 계절티 다지 지거래 겨왕아마 탱에 망보여 팅사 빼 망보여 지나서 이 착바다 된데나 태용고로도 왔다다 빼 직전에 저런저 빈자든데 날에 보고 친구든데 저 대녀든데 요래 맞아 하먹어 저 지도나라 데 도나면도 와 콜라 도나요 말 보고 친구기 겨왕함에 깨지셔는 보고도 당당하면도 걔 보고도 견자지도 들어 파마시 나지 그래 파마게 롭정디 하고요 말 앞에.
So this is of course this understanding is based on this belief in past and future lives. So, many religions have this view or this understanding. And these days, although modern scientists, it's a difficult thing to prove, so they haven't been able to establish this definitively. However, there's been research being done into this reincarnation, and they've been interviewing particularly children who remembered their previous lives and looking into that, right? And these are actually quite common, like. But in the West, it may be even that people who have children that remember their previous lives, right? Um, However, in our culture, it's sort of if a child starts talking about their previous lives, and they're told, oh, "Shut up," That's because then people might think, "Oh, my child's a bit weird and saying all sorts of crazy stuff." So of course, it's kind of just brushed under the carpet, but actually, it happens probably more than you realize.
Mm. And he first came here. I'm talking like that, and we had another some friend. They said some people believe there some chemical something wrong. They remember their past life. They say the brand chemical something missing. I think really missing. He is missing some brand. Not this children. Not missing. Talking people missing something here. Wisdom chemical missing. And I'm laughing. And very focusing chemical. Something problem chemical missing. Something very focusing materialism. uh, Nowadays, so many people remember. I have this is a very, very nice story. My friend, Daisy Benjo, his father passed away. And he said, "Oh, my father passed away." I was very sad. 3 years later, and he said, "Oh, my father was born my sister." I said, "How do you know?" The first speech said, "You are not my mother, you are my daughter." He said, "You are my daughter. This is not my house. My house is there behind this, his grandparents' house." And then he took that he recognized his mm, grandmother, his wife. Funny. And then my parents' uncle, he is drinking alcohol. Chang. Tibetan people loves drinking chang. And he father all the time give advice, don't drinking alcohol. And then 3 years father passed away, and he uncle excused loves drinking. 3 years later, he said, "You're still drinking alcohol. I told you. Very clear, no need to doubt, clear, remember. This is reality, true. 어, 당연히 수직이 비자자 두고 말하고. 리얼리티로 왔다. 좋아.
Yeah, so nobody can actually refute this, right? This is actually the way things are.
세상다 여와다 저거지 여와다 매버시나 여와라 두제 망아요래. 매발라 규제하래. 예 신기민들 남시 요말.
So, this sort of shows that there's much more evidence to support past and future lives than there is to go against it. Like, we can posit many things that would suggest the possibility of past and future lives, but the only thing people say to go against it is, well, I haven't seen it or I don't know it, right? And that's not that valid a reason.
먼저 마시나 매우 말어. 먼저 마신 저 lumba가요. 잠링나라.
So just because if everything you didn't know didn't exist, then there'd probably be quite a few things that like all these other countries that you've never been to or never even heard of would just disappear. So it's not really a valid reason.
다 제가 단다 디디시고 페펜도 첨부요. 수수디 이제디 레비나. 심제담제랑 마치념벌에 셰베나. 페펜도 첨부 페나 당보될 loneliness 춘의 용어 말해. 아니 니와될 수수예 미드 수수 셈나라. 데딩에 낭미리 딩에 빈자 딩에 오마 딩에 아자 딩에 바와 딩에 아마 셈게 수수 셈나라 초베 니벌레 그래 딜레비나 밀 계지 셰당 아니 지 가war레비나 수수 낭도 질레바 삼바베 기버라
Mm.
디 알라네 편도 전부도 다 저런 하 먹어라
So, having this thinking is very beneficial because it means you never get lonely. Like you see everybody as your family, people around as your family, as your mother, your father, and so forth. And you have this really close connection, this close feeling towards them. Now, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but this is my experience.
I think this takes time you believe or disbelieve.
Hmm.
I started very hard in the same 30 years, and I have my background, my family all believe that reincarnation in the past future life come, and they already believe they put lots for my message. This seems very good for me, and I did start analytical meditation. I researched those things. And now they remember lots of people past life, and I have I have one past. No, I arrived in 2019. I went in South India monastery, and, and then we have subject 6 months later this reincarnation debate. Tariq, they have reincarnation. Cause continuous. West come from you. And this logic laws, and I may understand not go to logic very hard. I stuck there, and my friend. He's attending one Tibetan Lama. He is very close to me. I know this Lama, and I asked him, "Your reincarnation about previous Lama?" He said, "Yes." Do you remember? He said, "Oh, I don't remember." How did you recognize? And he said, he previous Lama, past Lama, the back had a wet color like that, this mountain shape, the skin color, like that.
Like a birthmark.
Yeah, birthmark.
Birthmark.
And he showed me this, what kind of this design. I said, looks mountain. He said, this previous Lama exactly same. And this is a Rigya Samdeling. He is Rigya Rinpoche. And they have two reincarnation coming, two reincarnation. And they very good to both. They give messages and this attendant he knows, he checks both said this, he knows that. And the previous Lama said, next time you no need to find the coming your door, you check my back where this skin this wet this is me. And then the attendant check his back, there are two son, two monks, young monks, and he has this one. Oh, this is the yes reincarnation, no doubt, And he showed me this one. Oh wow. And another story, my same classmate, he's Lama, and he has here whole bullet hole, some go there some color manje.
Yeah, like a bullet wound.
Yeah,
Scar,
this,
maybe?
yeah,
Scar.
some. And he has this, and I asked him, when you had this accident where young, do you remember? He said, no, this my previous Lama. How do you know? He said, I don't remember this. My attendant told it because 1959 and China shoot and they bullet and he passed away. And he was born together. He still have this, Incredible. This is Mangutona, easy the Lamsan Lake data. Me Karalana, Koran's level took their Lana Karlana, easy Lake.
So when you see these kind of things, then you start to really believe in this reincarnation. Like whatever people say, I mean, when you see evidence like this, then you kind of have to take it seriously.
That day, Lena, and they think the Simjan and Jerang, matching your machine said,
So if you really have this strong trust and conviction in this, then this kind of meditation on all sentient beings having been your mothers comes very easily.
이제 딜레라 딜레나 심진 탐제 수수 거딘 첨버래다 로 달리송다
So once you have this conviction that all beings have been your mothers, then you need to remember their kindness.
다 당기 땅뇽다 디 거딘 첨부디 님도 검샤나 먼저 삽제 숨 님도 검잡으러 그래. 땅뇽 검잡으래. 심지어는 이제 마시엔 바데 도그래. 진텐바 거딘 첨부 임바디 단당아서 장가 뒤랍디 따디 검 칸데스 자오래 땡거다. 다 검직 잡나 디 삽제 숨 님도를 잡으러 그래.
So now what we're going to do a bit of meditation, but what we're going to do is meditate on these three first points together. So equanimity, remembering all beings as your mother, recognize all beings as being your mother, and then and then remembering their kindness. So we'll do these three together. If we try and do all seven straight away, it might get a bit confusing, but we'll focus on these three.
한딜라 비디 exercise 차숨 제바.
Okay, so we'll do breathing exercise 3 times.
다 심지 탐제 알아 다 파마 친용 바디 찍버리샤 삼다나 당념 차서.
So if we think all beings have been the same and that they've all been my mothers, then you fulfill the meditation on equanimity as well.
저는 내 삼다나 리고라. 데나 언제 되게디 메시지가 언제 낭미샤 되어라. 당하나 낭미닝 바디 제수 라송. 가우다.
So you can think here, these people in this hall are all your family, right? Like with this old family that's just got back together, so that's good. Family reunion time.
아니 디 따딜레다 거네 feeling 소알레라.
And if you do it this way, then you'll get some genuine feeling.
아, 다들 곰데 잡샤.
So we'll meditate on this for a bit.
아니 심지어 남자 수수 부부 친녀요래 심지어 남자 수수 개개 친녀요래 수수 바와 친녀요래 수수 boyfriend girlfriend 친녀요래 다 장가 연말은 안 하죠 재산 다 먼저 창모다 빼대 디레도 가서 그래 저와디 쇼지게 녀버레도 알아.
So not only has everybody been your mother, they've been your father, they've been your brother, your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and so forth. So in this way, we need to recognize we have this incredibly strong connection with all beings.
다 심지 탐지 거딩 전에 빼 냠바르 샤와 디거딩 차도 디거딩 차면 민도 창마 병알 빼 메시 거딩 전부 창마 찍버지기 하는 샤람나 심지 탐지 마친용 파친배 균진지 거딩 천용 버친용 바디 찍버 차도 다디 균진지 심 당용도야다 거딩 천야다 아니 미단 수수 커넥션 요와도 하고 있나 그래서 빼면 다 개체 모르겠대.
So now think that in this way that they've been all these beings, just as people in this life are incredibly kind to you, also all other beings in previous lives have been incredibly kind to you, right? The same kindness. So in this way, you remember their kindness and see how everybody's equal in having shown you this great kindness.
어야 다 당기기 미스미와 가오 마가스 티에숨 삼르스탄제 수삼단다 칸데다 끼워도 다 테스 끼워도 당기도 테스 다 말.
So now do the same thing we did before. Check with these three people: the friend, the person you dislike, and the stranger. Now, when you think about them again, can you recognize there's been some change in your attitude towards them?
다양 양 파로래 양 심지 탐제 수수 거린 심보다 편도 제와 당가라 로바 치기 요와 당가라 저와 요와 치고 디간을 삼는다 양 주일에는 안에 간담질라 아따 디제다 당하다 삼는 직벌해다 처음에도 와 편토니데 편토로 너버지니 너버 나한테 편토니데 양 제일 너버지래 너버지니데 망바 편토 그래 그래서 다 상하도 상마 직다 직벌해셔 여바치야 면도 삼나 아니 셈디도 레용 거다 단디게 곰자디게 딜러 로바 치양 거
So now we can see that all these beings have been incredibly kind to us in the past. When you really recognize that, and you see these three beings, the friend, the stranger, and the person you dislike, it's been the same. Then we can extrapolate that out to all beings, and then also we recognize that if somebody does something we don't like to harm us, or they're kind to us, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything, right? If they're nice to us or not so nice to us, it doesn't change anything because, those people that are not nice to us now have been incredibly kind to us in the past, and those people who are nice to us now have been incredibly mean to us previously. And this constantly changes. Even in this life, some people are nice to you one day and then not so nice the next day, and so forth. So this way of seeing these is not valid because it's constantly changing, and those that we dislike now have been our closest companions in the past.
어예 다 삼로 뒤에요나 하나 먼저 칙 당보디 단다다다도 다는 심지 탐지를 이신을 걸래 전조를 해서 뭐 다지 좀 뭐지 당에 심지 탐지를 빼 제버지 뭐 심지 탐지 신제버지 심지 삼제를 편도치야 삼당이 김전 그래서나 아니 이신으로 몰질래 장 심지 탐지 편도치 버리셔 그래서는 타도 이제 전조서야 돼 산제지 고마대에는 심지를 되는 연구도 내가 그 된되에는 심지를 내 두고도 내가다 타도 가래 되되는 심지드네 두고 요 인상 두고도 메시지게 아니 다 이신으로 무슨 사데 네 수수들라 멜람자는 강바라 그래 칼라라 그래 둘로라 그래 어딘데 칼라다 둘로라나 심기디지 편도면도 하세다 단다 심지를 되는 아주 심기디지 두도도 세상 디인자 심지도 다 가딘 첨부 쇼르셔 신상의 심지단제 제버 징기 심지랑원에 진진치기 단당 아주 랑 진진치고라
So when we understand this, remembering the kindness of others, recognizing the kindness of others, then we understand this first verse, right? So determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than worshipful in joy, I shall hold them dear at all times. So why is it said in this way? Well, because why are they said to be so precious? Well, because our mental happiness is totally dependent on other beings, right? So of course they support us in a physical way as well, but in some ways we can take care of some of our physical needs ourselves. That comes about if we have food, clothing, shelter, and things like that. Then our physical needs are taken care of. But it comes to our mental development and mental happiness. This is totally dependent on the kindness of others. So when we recognize them as being incredibly kind, then we get this really close feeling towards them and have this great affection to them. And then our whole world changes because at the moment we're caught up in these attitudes of self-cherishing and so forth. So we need to go beyond that type of thinking and really develop this affection and kindness towards others.
너 다투윤에 스스 틸레 연여저와 스스 파마이나레 레갈러이나레 토코이나레 토모이나레 저저 자리쇼도네 자리 잡네 야보라 되로 아 스스를 그 셈다 녀버시 자구요 미상말라 자구면도 스스를 자구다 자그래된 코이나 모이는데 이제 스스 셈라 가오요네 자구요 담을 라구요라 미상말라 가오면 랍투고 말아 스스를 가오요서 아니 심나게 계제단 emotion 상모 땡 거다 디디 아다 말라 다가제 이지 지기요 말라 다가제 지기요 지 가부 요새레스로 아텐데 상담도 내 디그르 펜도 되면은 서버 컨트롤하는 서버 고미야 요래 서버 냠내 치야 요래 펜도 송아디 아니 페저 동해 유니 컨트롤 계제다만 시기요 아지들 동해도 태워 지긴스나 수주 닝지 야르다 닝지단 서버 냠내 야르도나 안타디 다 펜도 갈텔을 하고 가르쳐 오래로 아니 빼면서 펜도 레도 하셔가 펜도 제바디 된데서 하고 우리나 먼저 처음으로 간 야구 여러 와서
So, most important is to practice this with the people around you. You don't want it to be some abstract thing, but you actually need to put into practice with the people around you that are close to you. And, sometimes when somebody's close to you, people are close to you, you might have arguments or conflicts or things like that. But that's good, it's good. You shouldn't feel bad about this. This is something that you should feel positive towards, right? Because when people point out things about yourselves that you're doing or something like that, like not everybody will do that, but the people that are close to you, they can point these things out, right? So in this way, you should appreciate that, right? And really look at it and see if what they're saying is valid and so forth. And so you should appreciate it from that aspect, but also it gives you the opportunity to practice patience, right? If people get angry with you and say things, then you have the opportunity to practice patience, right? So if nobody was angry with you, you said things you didn't like, then you'd never be able to practice patience, right? And also, if the people around you are having difficulties, problems, suffering, and so forth, then you should really see that and have the strong wish for them to be free from their suffering. So in this way, develop compassion. So this is of great benefit, right? If somebody helps you to develop patience and compassion, then there's no greater benefit than that. That's incredibly beneficial. So it's good, it's good if we can have this positive kind of view towards those around us, because it'll help us to live well and have a happy and productive human life. Okay, so we'll read this verse out, these 8 verses out one time.
Yeah, well.
Determined to attain the greatest possible
benefit of all sentient beings. You are more precious than I wish fulfilling your well-being at all times. In the company of others, I shall always consider myself the lowest of all. In the depths of my heart, all others turn supreme. Vigilant the moment until delusion arise in my mind, and to myself and others, gradually to be led the way. Wicked in nature, and overwhelmed by love and negative actions and suffering,
I shall hold such spirit ones dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. When now your living others is free
themselves away, and
I
as
shall
we seek
accept defeat and
for
offer
victory to others.
When
When
someone
we have benefited me, we praise the terrible harm. For self that person is the whole. Ensure that directly and indirectly, I bring happiness and benefit to all my lovers. I shall secretly take upon myself all my harmful actions and suffering. Divide by stains of superstitions of the outward concern. May I, by deceiving all phenomena of illusion, be released from the bondage of attachment.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Okay, so that's
원래 내가 뭔가도 다디네 먼저 다디 티제 당보디 된다데 저디 아니 가디 단다도도 된다 가딘 튕고데 가딘 튕지
so
심제 신담제 수준을 편도 첨부해 봐도 가딘 첨부해 봐도 튕고 단다도도 됐다.
So the essence of this first verse, the kind of synopsis of the meaning is to remember, to recognize the kindness of others, right? Because then you really appreciate them. So the main point of this first verse is to recognize the kindness of others.
디 티제 당보디 단다데 야고 주나 안에 워게 디게디 란슈기 레용 그래. 당보디 당보디 응어서 야구 마중나나 아니 어디게 야구 영화 요마다.
So if we can understand the meaning of this first verse well, right, then the others will come very easily. But if we don't get this meaning of the first verse, then we'll struggle to understand the other ones.
다 딜라 수수 네 야구 배워래. 수수 니만님의 그 소응을 그 삼단단의 저기 쟤는 아니 하고 그래 지금 된다로 배나 먼저 미직라 쇼 가게나 이제 쇼 가나 이 가와디 카넬레도 따고 그래와 다 딜라 만차게 가르레 그랬으나 미디 수술라지 떼기요도 싫어와 다 배샤다 육스타일링이라 수술라 디지 떼기요도 수술라 로바치기요도 야 마음발라 미디 수술라 로바 수술 강에트는 미디 로바치기요도 안다 간다 배데 딘데로지기 펜도치기요와디 축 첨부 예외 줌센지 먼저 미들 가기였다.
So, it's very good if we can actually bring this thinking into our lives, right? Then it becomes really beneficial. So when we meet somebody who we really feel close with, that we like, then we think, why is it that we like this person? Right? What is it? Why do we feel this affection to this person? And it's normally because they've given you something or helped you in some way, right? So, putting aside if they give you money or something like that, like we won't worry about that. But, in some way, a lot of the time, people will give you happiness, make you feel happy. People will help you in some way, or you may think that they will help you in the future. And for this reason, you have this affection, this liking towards them. So this, we need to recognize this is the way we relate to people.
다, 수수심들이 가사나? 아니, 델로 콘트사고면다. 마가디 갈라 마갈레데 콘트사고.
So when you actually have this feeling of affection for somebody in your mind, then you won't be angry with them, right? It's when you have this dislike or some annoyance with the person, that's when the anger comes.
뭐네게 심리 가위나 콘트제 사고 말아. 사고면도 돼. 내 따르게 안게 아말라 빼가고요. 아메가 데니다 당데데 슈지나 콘트제 사고 말아. 너 아말라 빠가고요.
So when you really have love and affection for somebody, you wouldn't ever get angry with them. Like I have this very close feeling with my mother. And, no matter what she does, I never get angry with her.
가두딜라다 누구로 나그라. 심디네 마가 지금이다.
Okay, so I might put on a show of tears and, crocodile tears to make a big show of it. But in reality, in my mind, I have affection for him.
디나시 된다. 콤벤나게 개개인으로就是쇼가기도. 개개인 책 도자 같은데 라고래. 도자 라고래. 이네 셈나라 마가 제체입니다.
And also there was 2 monks in the monastery that were my teachers. And I had really same close feeling towards them. And sometimes they'd really scold you and tell you off. But even when they're scolding me and telling me off, then in my mind I still had this feeling of affection towards them.
저는 얘기겐지 칙배도 잡혀요. 칙배도 주더라. 셈나래 콘트제상.
They really used to say quite bad things, like quite some very bad things. But in my mind, it never got angry.
저는 가셔야 돼. 니만 다 먹으라는 밥에 딴 그래.
So yeah, some of them on the first day, they'd say, "Okay, bye, go away. I don't want to talk to you."
칙배도 자 칙배제 도자 네 저 빵고 구마 작바 칙조 조보 저 싱가마레 저 미처 도자 담블레나 미도슈 담블렌 도슈 쳐라래라 담블리나라 미쳐래 도가 민도라.
They'd say all sorts of things like that. Say you're stupid, you're a thief, you're a fatty, you're a sometimes they'd actually say like you're the worst person in the world. In the whole world, there's nobody worse than you. This is the kind of thing that's
Yes, for me, best teaching 약쇼래서라.
So, for me, this is the best teaching.
디제기 시시기 가 야고 매버디 기갱라 그러면서 아니 야고 소라다. 야고 매는당 야고 소라. 야고 요마랑라 하고.
So, when they sort of said this, when teachers said this, and then, it really made me look, if I'm not good, and then I need to be better, I need to improve, and I need to develop.
제가 이제 건저 먼저 기록 찍이어요 양 신다지 기록데 개긴 초단마다나 거 끼우면 되라
So we had one student, and he, like, if the teacher didn't scold him, then he was really unhappy. You know.
아유 아니 들려요 제가 수수 쌤게 가위나 미디 책도자 카레 라베나 쌤게 마가와 차으면도
So, you know, it shows that when you really appreciate somebody, really appreciate their kindness, then no matter what they do, you never actually get angry with them.
저는 디 갔다 와서나 다 가야지 김제 가는 얘기 되서요. 수수 프로젝트 지게요, 펜도 지게요, 다 딘데기 김제지 통에 아니 가와들 얘기도.
So, well, how does this feeling of affection come about towards someone? What if they protect you or help you or, you know, help you to develop or teach you? Then this is when we really kind of appreciate them.
다야 릭직 수수 경험에 레게 딘데 매베이네 핀주베 가고 차야 딘데 요래야 봐. 릭직라. 이제 가시지 제델라 파주 펜도 저 매베이나 경험에 레게 온게 빼 참부 차야 딘데 요.
So then another reason can be a connection with the person in the previous life. So, you know, it may not that they've done really that much for you in this life, but you still have this strong affection towards them because of a connection you've developed in a previous life.
대야 답되오다.
So then it's easy, right?
그래서 미카시 통보다가 sem다니 올리기다. 미카시 남산 리그면도 어디 직 대화지요 네 가서 리그요로 어디.
So, you know, sometimes you see this when you meet somebody, like for the first time, and you immediately have this really feeling of closeness to them. And then some person you don't, other people you might not have this feeling. So you can really see how this can come from a previous life.
디리다 나이나 어디 이제 위해서로 다디 베지 경험을 바자신 차들랑 안도 대화요 말아. 나 미망부터 그요로 방에 생각 다저셔디. 미카시 람사 핀주니가 야올레도 카시 녜 발레 줄리면도 카시 미 줄리 녜 바말레 다딘데 연구도 하고지.
So, you know, this really happens. I really believe this, you know, and you see it in this life. You know, like sometimes you meet somebody and you really immediately get on really well, you know, but mutually. And then sometimes I've met people that I really kind of liked and they didn't really feel any connection towards me, and vice versa. Some people really liked me, had this connection, and I didn't feel that connection back. And so it kind of goes this way. You can see it.
근데 알아서 창마게 매진나라 냠뇽데 요르와 창마라랑 디요레스 냠뇽데로.
So we all have this kind of experience in our human lives.
어디 왔다디 샤고 스토피야.
Okay, so we'll stop here.